Have you ever wondered what your dog is truly thinking when they stare at you with those big, soulful eyes? It is a question I hear all the time. People wish their dogs could just speak to them in human words, but what if I told you they are speaking to you all the time? They use a secret language, a beautiful and complex system of signals that tells us everything we need to know. It is a language of energy, posture, and sound. Our job as their pack leaders and companions is not to wish they could speak our language, but to learn to understand theirs. This journey opens up a whole new world of connection. Understanding this hidden language is the key to a balanced and happy relationship with your dog. When we misinterpret their signals, we often create problems without even realizing it. We might think a dog is being stubborn when they are actually scared. We might see a wagging tail and assume friendliness, not understanding that it could also signal agitation or warning. It is the foundation of everything I teach. Calm, assertive energy begins with understanding. Think of it like learning a new culture. We brought them into our world, so it is our responsibility to bridge that communication gap. The beautiful part is that dogs are always trying to communicate with us. Most people believe a wagging tail always means a happy dog. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in the canine world. Think of the tail as a barometer for a dog's emotional state. The speed, the height, and the direction of the wag all have different meanings. A tail held high often signals confidence, alertness, or dominance. A tail held in a neutral, relaxed position is the sign of a calm, comfortable dog. When the tail drops low or is tucked between the legs, it is a clear sign of fear, submission, or anxiety. The dog is trying to make itself smaller and appear non-threatening. A broad, sweeping wag where the whole body wiggles along with the tail is usually the classic sign of pure joy and friendliness. But what about a fast, high wag with just the tip of the tail moving, almost like a vibration? This is often a sign of high arousal and tension. Also, studies have shown that a wag more to the right side of the dog's body can indicate positive feelings, while a wag to the left can signal negative feelings. Imagine you see a dog with its tail held high, wagging in short, stiff bursts. Its body is tense, and it is staring intently at another dog. An untrained eye might see the wag and think, "Oh, he wants to play." But a person who understands the language of the tail knows this is a warning. The tail tells a detailed story, but only if you know how to read every chapter. Just like with humans, a dog's eyes can be a window to their soul. They use their eyes to communicate a wealth of information, affection, trust, fear, aggression. A soft, relaxed gaze where the dog might blink slowly is a sign of comfort and love. They are telling you they feel safe with you. This is the look your dog gives you when you are cuddling on the couch. They are connecting with you on a deep, emotional level. On the other hand, a hard, direct stare can be a challenge or a threat. Prolonged, unbroken eye contact can signal dominance and may precede an aggressive act. If a dog you don't know gives a hard stare with a tense body, don't stare back. Another important signal is what we call whale eye. The dog turns its head away but keeps eyes fixed, showing the whites in a crescent. This indicates stress, anxiety, or fear. Finally, pay attention to the pupils. When a dog is excited or aroused, pupils may dilate. A calm dog will have normal-sized pupils. Notice these subtle eye changes to guide them back to balance. A dog's bark is not just noise, it is a complex form of communication. The pitch, the frequency, the duration. A high-pitched rapid fire is often a sign of excitement. A deep single spaced out is typically an alert or a warning. A continuous monotonous bark can be a sign of loneliness or boredom. Instead of just trying to quiet the bark, listen to what it is telling you. Beyond barking, dogs have a whole range of other vocalizations. The whine is a classic one. A soft, low whine can be a sign of pain or discomfort. A higher-pitched, more insistent whine, often a plea for attention, often a plea for food, often a plea to be let outside. It is important to assess the situation. Is your dog whining because it needs to go potty, or is it whining simply because it wants the food off your plate? Responding correctly teaches them how to communicate effectively. Growling is a sound that often makes people nervous, but it is an essential and important communication signal. A growl is a clear, unambiguous warning. A dog that growls is actually a good communicator. It is giving you a chance to de-escalate the situation before it feels the need to bite. The worst thing you can do is punish a dog for growling. Then there is the howl, a sound that connects our dogs to their wild ancestors. Howling is often a form of group communication, a way for a dog to announce its presence to other dogs or to find its pack members. Some dogs howl in response to high-pitched sounds like sirens or musical instruments. While it can be loud, it is a natural and deeply ingrained behavior. Understanding the different sounds your dog makes, from the happy yip to the serious growl, is like learning the vocabulary of their language. It allows you to respond with wisdom and compassion. A dog's posture, really tells you everything about its confidence and emotional state. A confident, calm, assertive dog stands tall with its weight evenly distributed, its muscles are relaxed, and its head is held high. This dog feels secure in its environment. It's not looking for trouble, but it's definitely ready for whatever comes. In contrast, a fearful or submissive dog will try to make itself look smaller. It will crouch down, lower its body to the ground, and may even roll over to expose its belly. This is the ultimate sign of appeasement. The dog is saying, "I am not a threat, please do not hurt me." When a dog shows you its belly, it is not always asking for a rub. Sometimes it is a sign of extreme stress and fear. An offensively aggressive dog, on the other hand, will try to make itself look larger and more intimidating. It will stand stiffly, often on its toes, with its weight shifted forward. The hair on its back, called the hackles, may be raised. Then there is the posture of a defensively aggressive dog. This is a dog motivated by fear, but that has decided fighting is its only option. It will often crouch with its weight shifted back, ready to spring away or lunge forward. It may be growling or baring its teeth, but its body posture is low and its tail is tucked. This dog does not want to fight, but it will if it feels cornered. Understanding the difference between offensive and defensive postures helps you approach the situation with the right energy, calmly creating space for the fearful dog. When we see a person yawn, we usually assume they are tired or maybe just bored. So when we spot our dog yawning, we often think the same thing. But in the canine world, a yawn is rarely about being sleepy. More often than not, a yawn is actually a powerful signal used to communicate stress, anxiety, appeasement. It's what we call a calming signal. A dog might yawn when it's in a situation that makes it uncomfortable, like being at the veterinarian's office during a tense training session. It's the dog's way of trying to calm itself down and to let others know it's feeling stressed. Think about the times you've seen your dog yawn. Was it right after you scolded them for chewing a shoe, or maybe when a new, unfamiliar person entered your home? In those moments, the yawn isn't a sign of disrespect or boredom. It's a message. This situation is making me anxious. The dog is just trying to release tension. It's also a way to communicate with another dog or person. By yawning, a dog can signal to another, more assertive dog, "I am not a threat. Let's keep things calm." It's a peaceful gesture meant to de-escalate potential conflict. You can even use a yawn yourself to communicate with a dog. If you're approaching a dog that seems nervous or shy, avert your gaze, turn your body to the side, and let out a big, relaxed yawn. This signals to the dog that you're calm and mean no harm. I've used this technique many times to help an anxious dog relax in my presence. So the next time your dog yawns during a training session, don't just assume it's bored with you. Instead, take a moment to assess the situation. The yawn might be a signal that you need to take a break, lower your energy, and make the experience more positive for your dog. This builds a stronger partnership, one based on mutual understanding and respect. Lip licking is another one of those subtle signals that honestly humans often miss or misinterpret. When a dog quickly flicks its tongue out to lick its lips or nose, it's not always because it's hungry. Much like the yawn, a quick lip lick is a really common calming signal. It indicates that the dog is feeling a low level of stress, uncertainty, social pressure. You might see it when you lean over to pet a dog on the head, which, let's face it, many dogs find kind of intimidating. The dog isn't being rude, it's politely saying, "I am a little uncomfortable with that." This behavior, also known as a tongue flick, is very fast and easy to miss if you're not looking for it. Imagine you're trying to teach your dog a new command and it keeps flicking its tongue out. That's a sign your dog may be confused or feeling pressure to perform. It's a good cue for you to slow down, simplify the task, end the training session on a positive note. Recognizing this small gesture can help prevent your dog's stress from escalating into more obvious signs of anxiety, whining, trying to leave the area. It's really a quiet request for patience. Now let's talk about one of the most beloved dog behaviors, the head tilt. When a dog cocks its head to the side while you're talking to it, it's undeniably cute. But what does it actually mean? The head tilt is primarily a sign of concentration and curiosity. Dogs are trying to pinpoint the location and meaning of a sound. By tilting their head, they can adjust the position of their outer ears to better triangulate where the noise is coming from. They're literally trying to get a better listen to understand the strange and interesting sounds we make. This behavior also shows that the dog is engaged and focused on you. They're processing what they're hearing, trying to pick out familiar words, walk, treat their own name. Some research suggests that a dog's muzzle can partially obstruct their vision, so tilting their head may also help them get a clearer view of our facial expressions as we speak. So when your dog gives you that adorable head tilt, they're not just being cute, they are working hard to understand you and connect with you. The play bow is, honestly, one of the most honest and important signals in the dog world. It's an unmistakable invitation. Everything I do from this point forward is just for fun. A dog will lower its front end to the ground while keeping its rear end up in the air. It might wag its tail, excited, happy expression on its face. It's a universal sign that the dog wants to play. What makes it special is its function as a meta-communication signal, a signal about other signals. By bowing, a dog frames what comes next as play, growling, chasing, gentle biting. Example, a dog bows, then growls and shows teeth. Because of the bow, the other dog sees it as play, not threat. It's the dog equivalent of saying, "I'm just kidding." Bows also restart games if things get too rough. If one dog bites too hard, the game can pause. The rough dog may offer a play bow as an apology and a way to say, "I'm sorry, that was an accident." This repairs interaction so play can continue. A vital tool for harmony and trust in high arousal play. Owners can use the play bow too. Get down on the ground, mimic the posture to invite play. Great way to bond and release energy together. See a play bow at the park and feel confident their intentions are friendly. Becoming fluent in your dog's language doesn't happen overnight. It begins with one simple step: observation. Put down your phone, turn off the television, just watch your dog. Observe them when they're relaxed. Observe them when they're excited. Observe when they meet a new person. Observe when they interact with another dog. Look at their whole body, from the tips of their ears to the end of their tail. Do this without judgment, without trying to interpret everything at first. Just gather the information. Once you start observing, you'll begin to see patterns. You'll notice your dog licks its lips when a loud truck goes by. You'll see its tail wag differently when greeting your best friend compared to the mail carrier. This is where understanding really begins. The next step is to respond with calm, quiet understanding. When you see a sign of stress, like a yawn or whale eye, don't ignore it. Calmly remove them from the situation or remove the stressor. If they offer a play bow, engage in a short game. Showing you see and understand validates their communication. This builds immense trust. Always remember to lead with calm, assertive energy. Your dog looks to you for guidance and protection. When you are calm and confident, you become a source of stability. If you're anxious, they'll be anxious. Your energy is the most important message you send. By learning their language and combining it with your balanced energy, you create a powerful bond of trust and respect. You become the pack leader your dog needs and deserves. The secret language is not so secret after all. You just have to be willing to listen. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.